Yeah. It's nice when a plan comes together and I hit the button and things work. It is Monday. Yeah. September 19th, 2022. And from the home studio in Middletown, Delaware, I'm Marshal Manlove from Delaware Sports and my sports reports. Off a busy weekend. I was out in Michigan, so I didn't get to cover any sports. I'm only going to pick some things that stood out for me from the past few days. There's no way this can be an exhaustive coverage of local sports anyway here. Just do what kind of stands out. That's all I can do. Where was I, you ask? Yeah, somebody actually asked. I was in Michigan performing my stage hypnosis show, a town called Cassopolis, Michigan, out in the western part of the lower part of the state. There's two parts of that state. I don't know what they call the upper and the lower. Just maybe the upper and the lower. I don't know. But I digress. If you would like a funny, fascinating, and memorable experience for a party or an event that you are having, consider my stage hypnosis show and find out the details about what you might see and experience there at marshalmanlove.com. And it's important for me to note that I sell real estate too, okay? I do both and this, and I referee. I have 4 jobs. But somebody close to me forgot that I sell real estate and they're selling their house with somebody else. So, not cool. I have to remind people that I sell real estate and do it. So, doing these shows don't make any money for me, right? So, in return for this, I just promote my businesses. That's all. Just do me a favor, man. Just support me. Every now and then, refer me to somebody who you know might be looking to buy or sell a home in Delaware, Maryland, or Pennsylvania, so I can help them out. And also, special thanks go out to the folks at Jazzercise in Middletown. One of the proprietors runs a very active Facebook group page for parents of high school athletes, and they are kind enough to post up links to these videos that I produce. So there were some meaningful games on fields and courts around the state here recently, and some memorable performances as well. First one we'll talk about here is Daniel McConomy, who scored 5 touchdowns, 4 rushing, and 1 kickoff return for the Jaguars of Appoquinimink as they beat Cesar Rodney 34-7. McConomy rushed for 212 yards, and the kickoff return was for 86, so he had over 300 yards combined for the Jaguars. Howard beats Brandywine 56-16. R.J. Matthews throws for 4 touchdowns in the win for the Wildcats. Almost said Cougars. That's Del Castle. Let's see. Some other football scores from Friday and Saturday was Newark 31-7 over Concord. St. Elizabeth 49-6 over Christiana. Quasim Benson only scored 3 touchdowns. Gives them 7, I believe, so far. Wilmington Friends 44-0 over their rival, the Hornets from Tatnall. Archmere beats their neighborhood public school, their Mount Pleasant, 31-7. Archmere's in the neighborhood. They're not public, they're private, of course. Cape and Lopin 42-6 over William Penn. Who would have saw that coming? The times they are changing. Charter School of Wellington gets a win over Glasgow 27-12. McCain 3-0 on the year, 48-28 winners over Conrad. Red Lion beats Delmar 20-19. Who would have saw that coming? Especially after watching the Wildcats destroy teams for a couple decades. St. Andrews 32-8 over Dickinson. Caravel blows out Sussex Tech 54-0. The Ducks of Odessa 19-0 winners over Indian River. It's their first shutout as a defensive team. Seaford 41-10 winners over Southern High School in Maryland. Laurel blows out Early College School at DSU 62-0. Middletown beats Smyrna 21-14. Had to hold off the Eagles there. Polytech 30-26 over First State Military. Lake Forest 52-26 over Milford, and St. Mark's beats up on Woodbridge 49-0. In any of those big scores there weren't meaningful amounts of statistical compilations to announce. So, look, I don't know how long I'm just going to report scores. Everybody knows what the scores are. They probably get them from the same place I got them, right? But until such time as it just really bores me even more to death to post up the scores, we'll just keep them up there for now. Congratulations to Sussex Central's John Wells, the head football coach, for his 200th career win at the helm for the Golden Knights. The victory came against Hodson Botech. One of the scores I couldn't find. One that was important to get. Couldn't find that anywhere. 50 high school sports reporters on the sidelines of any of these games can't find one score. Indian River's Scarlett Dunn has committed to play beach volleyball for Stevenson University in Maryland. And Tower Hill's Chris Aiken has picked up his 100th career coaching win for the Hillers boys soccer program. It came in a 6-1 victory over MOT Charter. In that game, Tommy Vanny scored 3 times and George Pedrick twice. Reese Petronich assisted on 3 of the Hillers' 6 goals. Again, congratulations to Chris Aiken. Jax Winteringer scored a hat trick for Conrad as the Red Wolves beat Odyssey Charter 4-0. Josu Hernandez and Marcus Beaugray each scored 3 goals as the Dragons of Glasgow improved to 1-2 on the young year. They beat St. Elizabeth 7-0. And Middletown beats Hodson 5-0 in soccer. Klein Giampi booted 3 more goals. In the 5-0 shutout win, Michael Prawl scored the other 2 for the Cavaliers. Alessio Cristinetti Walker had 4 goals, and 6 other Quakers picked up a goal each as Wilmington Friends beats Wilmington Christian 10-0. Returning All-State player there, as you might be able to tell by the embedded picture. Other soccer scores there. I'm not going to read them all. How about that? There they are. You can pause the video and look at the scores. But in there, I did want to point out that Salesianum has 2 more victories over out-of-state teams. And I believe they are officially nationally ranked. I believe it was number 7 in a poll that I saw. So in there, they beat Overland High School in Colorado 2-0, and they also beat Boulder High School from Colorado 2-0. So the Smyrna Eagles volleyball team has picked up 2 big wins, and they were against Archmere, the very first match of the season, 3-0. I believe they might have beaten Archmere before, but they beat Padua this past Saturday in 5 sets. First time, I believe this is factual, that they have ever beat Padua. And they're 4-0 on the season. Anna Richardson records 25 kills for the Eagles. Carolyn Osborne had 30 assists. Cassidy Jester had 23 kills for the Pandas. And I was at the Padua Archmere match last week where Archmere won in 5 sets. So we knew that this particular match was going to be competitive for sure, and the Eagles came through. All close games except for the final set, which was 15-11. Indian River beats Ursuline 3-1. Wilmington Christian upsets Wilmington Friends 3-2. Let's see any other notables there. Newark Charter, decisive win over Appoquinimink 3-0. And Concord beats Conrad 3-1. Let's see just pause the video if you want to read some of these scores. St. Mark's sweeps Charter School 3-0. Smyrna has St. Mark's on the schedule in the middle of the season. We'll see how that plays out for the Eagles. See how good they really are then. But Smyrna's beefed up their schedule, and wisely so. They got a good program. They're going to win something at some point here in these next couple of years. Am I allowed to say that? Somebody tell me if I'm allowed to say that or not. Just an opinion. Field hockey action. It was Channel 10-0 over their rivals from Sanford. Lydia Colasanti scored 4 goals. Rachel Whitehead, seen here, scored 3 in the contest. Drew Moffitt had 3 goals, and Kirsten Johnson 4 assists in Smyrna's 7-0 win over Polytech. And sad news here from the volleyball community. And I've copied this post from the Premier Volleyball Facebook page. I hope they don't mind that I've done this. It was a nice tribute. It goes like this. Our Premier family will never be the same as we suffered a devastating loss of Coach Jen Meyer last night. Not only was she a coach with Premier, but longtime coach at Christiana for the Christiana volleyball team. Coach Jen is the core of Premier. She loved her Premier family and was happiest when she was with her Premier family in some way. She taught her players and every player in Premier and every gym she came across with incredible passion. She didn't care if a player was most skilled or the least skilled player in the gym. She gave every player the same level of focus and attention, and she believed in each one of them. She loved sharing her knowledge and love of volleyball with all of us. She loved being on any Premier bench and cheering our girls, boys, teams, and coaches on it, and she was never shy about it. As Coach Jen battled a very awful disease, one of the things she missed most was being in the gym with her Premier family. She was incredibly overwhelmed by the support she received from all of our Premier family throughout her battle. We're blessed and grateful for all of our Premier family, along with the rest of the volleyball community during that time and now. While we know all of us are deeply saddened by her passing, we know that Coach Jen would want all of us to go on living our lives to its fullest, as tomorrow is never promised. To our past players and students, Coach Jen will be with you, always guiding you and cheering you on beyond the court and the classroom. Remember, once her player student, always her player student. All of you were her pride and joy. You gave her life purpose and meaning. Love you, mean it, rest easy, Coach Jen, from Trina and Mary Pat. So, a sad day for the volleyball community here indeed, as we mourn the passing of Jen Meyer. So sorry to hear that. Let's go back up here. If you have any news items of interest you would like me to talk about here on the show, just submit them to me at mysportsreports@gmail.com. I'm always looking to talk to people, meet people within the local sports community here on this show. If you would like to recommend somebody for an interview of some sort, just reach me at mysportsreports@gmail.com. And as always, I'm looking for help, either behind the scenes or in front of the camera. No need to see this mug every day. I'll put you on it. The novelty of being in front of a camera wore off for me like 25 years ago. Okay. It's bad enough I have to step on stage and people need to see this. Thankfully, in my hypnosis show, they're watching everybody else. They're not watching me. So that's good for them. But if you would like to join me, reach me. mysportsreports@gmail.com. That's how you do it. To my friend Joey V, Tommy K, my beautiful wife, Donnie M, and those who are regular listeners and watchers of this show, I thank you with all my heart. Have a wonderful day, a blessed day. The heck is that? That's not the right song. What the heck is going on? This is it here. What time is it? 11 o'clock. That means it's 11sies. Yeah. I'm going to go work out and burn off some of the calories I ate over this weekend. It was horrible. All right. Peace.